So Sikhism as pioneer of religious freedom. Before sharing this thing, we need to understand the background of Sikhism. So Sikhism was actually originated in India in 1469 with the birth of Guru Nanak. But before that, what were the circumstances of the Indian society? The situations of Indian society before the origin of Sikh religion, political, religious and social situations in that time were very, very bad. Politically, in India, there was invasion of some foreigner rulers like Muhammad Ghori, Mahmud Ghaznavi, then Babur, the Mughal rulers. They came in India and they established their rule, and the rulers were very cruel. And however, in India, majority of the people were Hindus. And but by the time they lost their bravery, their self-respect, and they were unable to protect themselves, and that's why the foreigner rulers, they came by the Khyber Pass, and they were able to establish their kingdom in India. And they were very cruel ruler, and they were converting the non-Muslims. Actually, they were Muslim. First of all, I want to tell you that in the presentation, there may be like some Muslims and Hindus. Sikhism respect all religion, and it doesn't hate anybody. All religions are good if we follow our religion properly. So the rulers were very corrupt, and there was a lot of corruption in Indian society. The rulers, they give the bribery to the priests, and they buy them, and whatever the decision they want to take from them, they can take decision from them. And there was a lot of religious intolerance among the rulers. They were not tolerating the Hindu people, and there was forced conversion of religion, and the Hindu people were being converted into Islam by force. And Hindu people had a lot of restrictions. They were not allowed to wear the good dress, they were not allowed to ride the horse, they were not allowed to in the high ranks in the administration. Religious situations, fight on the name of religion. As I said, there were majority of the people were Hindu, and then later the Mughals came, and the Muslim people were also there. And there was a fight on the name of religion among Hindus and Muslim. Both of them call them each other inferior, and worship of many gods. In Hinduism, the Hindu people worship a lot of gods, and so many natural things, trees, animals, and so many these kind of things were there. And corrupt religious leaders, like at that time, what I'm saying is the history, like in Islam, the Qazi is the religious leader who give the justice to the people by pronouncing some decisions. But at that time, the Mughal rulers, they have like occupied all the religious leaders. They have they give the money to the priest, the Qazi, and whatever they want to announce, they can announce. So the justice was very difficult for the poor people. And if in Hindu religion, in Hinduism, the priest was the religious leader, and he put all the people into so many superstitions and meaningless rituals, and both of the religious leaders were not telling the essence of the religion, so which the people were missing, and they were not getting any result from them, and they were exploiting the people on the name of religion. And there was a destruction of Hindu temples and idols. The Mughal rulers, they were destroying the Hindu temples and idols, because in Islam the idol worship is not allowed. So that's why they were destroying the temples and the Hindu idols. And there were some saints like Namdev and Kabir. They were also tortured, and some of the saints were killed. Later on, when Aurangzeb come in the next slides I will share. There were also religious leaders like yogis and siddhas. Yogis focus a lot on the internal cleaning of the body and to increase the age. By doing this, they leave the society, and they all the time they focusing to clean the internal body and increasing the life. And Siddhas were also religious people, but their problem was that they left the home and they went in the forests and on the mountains. So later on, Guru Nanak, the Sikh Guru, he condemned this thing. He said, for being a religious person or a spiritual person, you no need to leave the society. If all the good people leave the society, then who will help the other people, who will show the right path to the other people? Socially, there were mainly two religions, Islam and Hinduism, and society was divided on the name of religion, and Islam and Hinduism was further divided into more sects. Like in Hinduism, there are many sects, like Vaishnavism, Shaivism, so many, and in Islam also. Pitiful and worst condition of Hindus. At that time, the condition of Hindu people was very pitiful, because they were considered like slave of the Mughal rulers and Muslims. The Muslims say that the Hindu have been created for the service of Muslim, and there was a lack of self-respect in the people. And in Hinduism, there was caste system. Hindu people were divided into the four castes. There were four categories: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudras. And Brahman, the lowest caste people, Shudras, they were not allowed to go in the temple, they were not allowed to read the holy book, they were not allowed to recite the prayer, listen the prayer. If they listen the prayer, it was the order of Brahman to melt the metal in the ears of Shudras. If they recite the name of God, it was order to cut their tongue. So that's why the whole picture of that time was very, very difficult, very bad. And the status of women was very low in different religion. There was killing of baby girls after the birth. In Hinduism, many people, the kings, they used to kill the baby girl child after the birth. So and then widow marriage was not allowed in Hinduism, and there was a sati system. Sati system was a very inhuman system in Hinduism. According to that, after the death of woman's husband, she need to burn herself along with her husband's pyre. If she don't do that, then her relatives and friends forcibly put her into the fire and burn her alive. So it was very inhuman. Later on, the Sikh Guru, they stopped these kind of systems with the help of the rulers. And woman was considered inferior to man in different religions. Like in Hinduism, it was said that if a woman has to get liberation, she need to take birth in the form of man. So then she can. So during these situations, all the people were very unhappy with the rulers, with the religious leader, and there was a lot of corruption, and so many things were happening which were very, very bad. And people were praying to God to send a messenger, a prophet, a saint who can show that real way of life to the people. So in those circumstances, this is the hymn of Bhai Gurdas Ji. He said, the benefactor Lord listened to the cries of humanity and sent Guru Nanak to this world. Suni pukar datar prabh Guru Nanak jag mahe pitaya. So it is believed that God listened to the prayer of the people and prayer of all. There are many details, I am just telling you briefly. So emergence of Guru Nanak, Bhai Gurdas Ji is saying, in Khaljug, the dark age, with the emergence of true Guru Nanak, the mist cleared and light scattered all around. The mist of ignorance and the light of wisdom. Because there was a lot of ignorance in the people on the name of religion. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji set the example of religious tolerance. Guru Nanak Dev Ji had 4 journeys in India: east, west, north, and south. He visited different states of India and many other some of the neighborhood countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Arab countries, Iran, Afghanistan, etc. Guru Nanak loved all the religious people, whether they were Hindu, whether they were Muslim, he loved the low caste and the poor people who were dishonored by the Brahman, by the Hindu priest. And later on he raised their status so much that the lowest people, they became the rulers later on. And Guru Nanak conducted the dialogue with the different religious people of Islam and Hinduism. Guru Nanak mainly visited the major temples of Islam and Hinduism in India, like the Hindu temples Jagannathpuri, Dwarka, Hardwar, and many other, because on those temple places, so many things were being happened wrong on the name of religion. So Guru Nanak himself went there and he showed them the right path. And Guru's mission was not to make them Sikh. He never, even all the time, Gurus never asked anybody to become a Sikh. Even the teachings in the holy book, that is for everybody, whether a Sikh, Muslim, or everybody, if follow, they can become a good in their own religion. Guru Nanak's companion was Bhai Mardana Ji, and he was a Muslim. Guru Nanak had 4 journeys, and it was a long travel it was very hard travels on different paths. At that time there were no vehicles, like today. And Bhai Mardana Ji was a rebec player, and Guru Nanak, when he has the revelation, he used to sing the hymns. And at that time Guru Nanak used to say to Mardana Ji, please play the rebec, the Bani has come, the revelation has come. So that time Bhai Mardana used to play the rebec. So Bhai Mardana Ji lived most of the time with Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and he was so much devoted to Guru Nanak, being a Muslim, and Guru Nanak never asked him to become a Sikh. So many people from Hindus and Muslims, they become Sikh by their own will, not by saying the Guru.